It's time for WrestleShoot. The beast comes out in the dead of night. WrestleShoot eats a Tuesday night. Rob and Chris don't pull the punches, bitch. WrestleShoot. Breaking it down, WrestleShoot. Telling the facts, WrestleShoot. Stories on the road, WrestleShoot. That's our Warriors podcast. No party ever escapes their sight. Coming at you live every Tuesday night. Hey, WrestleShoot. Anti-social network, WrestleShoot. Sticky and hot, WrestleShoot. Sometimes act like jerks, WrestleShoot. Always bringing all the guts.
Well, shit, it must be Tuesday night, because here we are again. I am the man, the myth, the idiot, Rob Wiles, joined, of course, by the wonderful and talented, the ever-stimulating, my hetero life mate, Chris the Man-Child Casanova. And, of course, you are watching WrestleShoot right here on ASN, the Antisocial Network. We are just now starting to really get some traction on YouTube. So check us out, because over on YouTube, you could find us at ASN for life, baby. For life.
Yes.
What's up, sweetheart?
Watch lots of videos. We got great ones on there.
And we're about to be dropping some pretty cool features from some way retro WrestleShoot episodes. Featuring primarily the one we did with Buff Bagwell over on that other network with that fat, worthless loser who didn't know what he was doing. Well, he thinks that's his property. In fact, it's our property. It's WrestleShoot's property, which means it's ASN's property. We're going to be chopping that bad boy up. We're going to be showing you guys some excerpts. And then we're going to be uploading the edited content, removing Fat Boy and any Fat Boy-related shit that was on there. And we're going to be rebroadcasting it for you.
And we're going to have some really awesome guests coming in the future.
Oh, yeah.
We can't reveal them yet, but it's going to be great. And looking forward to that as well.
We can't reveal them because they don't exist, see. What we like to do here on WrestleShoot is we like to be politicians. We like to make big promises and then deliver nothing. That's what we like to do over here.
We do?
No.
Honestly, I don't think so.
I just thought it was funny. Jesus Christ. Thanks for playing along there, Vice President Dickhead.
Oh, I'm your vice president and you're scam shit. Okay.
Yeah, of course you are. Shit. Like I'd do something without you. So anyway, let's get into this week. Lately, Chris, we've been talking to the new kids, I feel, exclusively. Really, we've been talking to them. We've been trying to help out the new guys, the guys who are just breaking in. Go ahead.
No, I pause on that because I do. So last night I was watching. What are your thoughts, dude? I was watching the NWO and Horseman in a cage match, the War Games. Remember that gimmick?
A little bit.
And the fake Sting came out, and then Sting came out and fucking beat up the fake Sting and said, "Screw all you guys," and ducked out. That was the premise of the match.
Vaguely, yeah.
I'm looking at Arn Anderson, right? I'm like everybody comes out, Flair, Nash. You can see they're clearly younger. You're like, okay, dude, these guys were younger. This is 96, 97, and go till now. You're like, yeah, they look different. I kid you not, dude. Arn Anderson looks the fucking same, dude. Like, even back in the mid-'80s when he first started, like, he looked like he'd been wrestling for 20 years already. But he's never changed. He's had that same fucking, like, veteran that's been through, you know what I mean? Like, his parents is never.
Perhaps this is a conversation we should have on Ghosted and question, is Arn Anderson, in fact, a vampire?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you look the same age as you do now back then, but then you have never changed. You've been that same person. It's weird as fuck, dude.
Yeah, Arn came out like Stretch Armstrong and just kind of never changed.
Yeah, I think that's a good ghosted fucking. You guys should talk about that.
Is Arn Anderson in fact a vampire? Let's explore, shall we?
Fuck, have him on your show. Ask him.
Have Arn on Ghosted and not WrestleShoot? Now that
Yeah.
would be pretty fucking rad, actually.
Wouldn't it?
Arn Anderson, was that video fake? Oh, I knew that guy when he was alive. I'm that old. Oh.
Oh, tell me more, Arn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to throw that out.
It was the year of our Lord, 1521. Whoa. Go, Arn.
Well,
Is that it
Yeah.
on that?
I'm sorry.
Is that it on that?
Yeah, I had to say that. It's like, dude, it blew my mind. Like, dude, he looks the same. It was on my mind, so I want to get that out in the show, out in the
Arn
open.
was the man, dude.
He was the
You
man.
can't say the same for any of them other guys, dude, because all of them showed their age as they went up the fucking tunnel, dude. Tully, I mean, it's like when he got fired from WCW, the older he got, the skinnier he got, and then he
Yeah,
fat, and just then he got real skinny again. Tully and then fucking Flair. We saw how Flair aged over with Vince, and that's got to be a stressful fucking job to be Ric Flair in the first place, but to be Ric Flair working for Vince McMahon, oi.
yeah, and you're not the man anymore. You're like mid tier card now, and you're fucking putting guys like fucking. Oh gosh, I can't even fucking think. My mind's.
I saw something online today or yesterday about
Yeah.
Flair's going to be in ring at the next WrestleMania, and that's got to be a rib. That can't be a real thing. Flair cannot be booked to wrestle at Mania.
Sure, he can. They'll do another gimmick battle royal, and he'll be the winner. He doesn't do anything.
Okay, now that's different. Okay, I can get behind that. I can. I can get behind that.
You can?
Because
Okay.
when he did his big last match with Ric Flair and they went, we better make this a tag team match, and Flair still couldn't work it. If this Mania thing is true, my attitude earlier was somebody needs to be fired for this. If they're doing a Legends Rumble gimmick, fuck yeah, let Flair go out there and do his thing. But man, don't let Flair go out there and work a match. Don't do that.
I don't want to watch that. I mean, fuck. Even him 10 years ago was hard to watch. It's like, dude, like even 15 years ago was, even when he first got to WWF, like, dude, you're okay. After that,
when he first came, you mean when he
the second time, sorry.
Oh.
In 2000s, like 2004, 2005, like those times. Yeah.
Well, Rick fell into the classic Rick thing is he took that second deal to come back to just be a manager, maybe do the occasional gimmick match.
Yeah.
And then it became, well, here's Flair back in the ring again.
Yeah. Working fucking Carlito and shit in the fucking bid card match.
And, he did the job to Carlito. And let's use that to segment into what we wanted to talk about today.
Oh, yes.
Like I was saying earlier, we spent a lot of time here recently. I feel like specifically talking to the young guys, the dudes who are breaking in, the new guys who were already in, or people who were just thinking about it. And I say, why break what we've been doing? So let's stay on that this week. And let me pose this question to you, Chris. What is the big goddamn deal about doing a job?
There's no big deal at all doing the job. I honestly spent a decent part of my career fucking laying down for everybody, and that's just what I did. Key is, look, number one, okay, the person's not really beating you. Okay, let's get that out in the open. The person's not really.
Wait. Are you saying it's not a legitimate contest of skill?
Oh, I mean, no, wait, no, I'm not really saying that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, it's real. Yeah.
Yeah, fade.
Oh, wait. Yeah, fade. Yeah, fade. So, but yeah, a lot of these guys on the independent scene, or even the pros, it's gonna hurt my stock. It's gonna hurt this. It's like, come on, dude. Seriously. there's a reason why you're laying down. And do all bookings make sense? No, they don't. They don't. Um, but do your job. Lay down. It's not a big deal. It really isn't.
So let me open this up from the viewpoint of a promoter. When you have somebody who you need to lay down so you can get somebody else over, so whatever you're doing keeps doing how you want to do it, because it is, in fact, my fucking show. I
Yeah.
am, in fact, paying you to do it, and I need you to lay down. And if you're going to complain and make a stink about it, there's two things you need to know that are most likely going to happen. One way or the other, you are laying down tonight. The phrase "don't cross the boss" may not be uttered as often in locker rooms today as it should be,
Yeah.
but I hope it's as strong today as it ever was. If
I
I tell you to lay down and I think you're going to go into business for yourself, I would have both two cowboys and an Indian on deck ready to lay waste to the landscape with pieces of you. And guess who's never getting booked again? Ever. Now, this promoter, me, I'm going to talk to my promoter buddy Chris. And then me and Chris may have a conversation with Kirk White. Kirk White may talk to Rick Bassman. And guess whose name is now spread all over the fucking circuit as a problem who refuses to job?
Yeah, and those are very few instances. Yeah, someone is really not going to push that. For they may at the most bitch about it, but eventually they're just going to fucking like, okay, I'll do it. But
Okay.
Rob's case, you're talking about like someone that's just, nope, I am not doing it, and it gets to the point where like something's got to fucking happen, dude. And what you just explained, perfect.
Is the worst case scenario. Yes,
Worst.
absolutely. It is the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
But going into business for yourself like that, there is never an end game at this that's going to work
No.
out for you. Not ever. Don't listen to these dudes in the back who are encouraging you to do it. Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you walk up to a bunch of carnies and ask them to give you genuine life advice? Take a look at these carnies. Their fucking life sucks. Take a look at their position on the card. You know, if you want to get a push and you want to be built in the business, give us something to build you with, not a headache. Oh, I laid down last week and the week before. You want me to job again? Did I stutter?
Yeah. Yeah, you're laying down. You're
I laid down way more than I went over. Not in the beginning, through my whole career. Why? Because doing a job is exactly what the other guy is doing too. The guy who goes over, he's just doing a job as well. There is nothing to this that you get to take home with you for
yeah.
bragging rights. Hey, guess what? I fucking met Chris Casanova in the curtain jerk match at a fucking venue that drew 200 people, and I won. That's right. I beat Chris Casanova. Now, by beat Casanova, do you mean you did a series of things you guys already figured out and he was on top instead of on the bottom? Okay. Who cares? Guess what? Me and Chris Casanova got paid the same amount of money tonight. And guess
It's just
what else? I went out there and I laid down for Casanova. Casanova went out there and he went over. We both did exactly what the promoter wanted. Guess who's getting called next week?
yeah. It's about being a pro, and yeah, and sometimes things may not make sense. It really, honestly, that it does, because I've ran. Rob's ran. We mean both. Rob have ran into that situation where like the promo tells us like, "Oh, this doesn't make any fucking sense," but at the same time is
But
being the
hang on.
hold on.
Expound on what you say because you're going in a good direction.
I was.
So, like you said, we ran into this a lot of times where it didn't make sense, but we respectfully would ask, "What's the plan? Are we going somewhere? Is this a one-time
Yeah.
thing?" They would answer, and then, as opposed to, go ahead.
No, you're good. Oh, okay. So that's what I said. I said all that. Okay, gotcha. I got lost track here, but the point is, yeah, we've been around the business for a while, and yeah, it's you question things and you want to understand like why. There's nothing wrong with that. Like trying, talking to the promoter and saying, "Hey, what's the basis on this? Like, I'm not understanding this completely. We're going somewhere." Like Rob was saying, is there a story behind it? Then you show genuine fucking interest. Like, okay, the promoter can get down with that.
Because regardless, you let them know. I mean, I'm gonna do what you say. It just I don't get it. What is it we're actually
Yeah,
doing?
I've had questions. Workers have come up to me, both of us, when we were promoting, and asking us, "Hey, just can you break this down a little bit more? Like, what's the reasoning?" And kind of, and we were always open. We were always open ears with that. Yeah, let's fucking talk about it. Here's the reason why we want to do this. There's a why behind it. It's not just because we're doing something for kicks. No.
And even if it is just for kicks, it's you guys are a throwout. We just needed a spot for the card. Somebody's got to
Yeah.
win, somebody's got to lose. Okay. Now, that attitude is when you have an idea, the promoters are going to want to listen to you. Because when I said, "Hey, Chris, is there anything that we're doing tonight? Is there a reason? Is this a throwaway?" "Yeah, it's a throwaway, Rob." "Oh, all right, cool. All right." And then just shut up, go do what you're going to
Yeah.
do and be done with it. But when I say, "Hey, Chris, I got an idea," "You got a minute?" He's going to give me a minute because I do what he needs me to do.
Yeah. And nobody cares that you job. Like I like these people in independent scenes. Oh, it's gonna hurt my stock on the scenes. No, it's not. No one fucking cares. There's number one, they're into themselves. They don't give a fuck. They are about their own gimmick, their own fucking life. They don't give a fuck if you laid down one night ago to someone else. They don't give a fuck. They're about themselves. So let's get that out of the way. And number two, fuck yeah, it's independent. No one even sees the match. None of these people are seeing the match for the most part. It, it's stupid, man. I just don't. I never got that. It hurts my stock. What are you talking about? You've done a good job. Like you're laying down, you're doing your job. Fuck, your stock has gone up. In my eyes, your stock has gone up.
Now there is a gray area though where I can't lay down, it will hurt my stock applies, but that does not apply to new guys, right? New guys who are breaking into the scene, which is who we're talking to, they don't have any room to talk like that. Dudes who have been on TV and are off TV, they don't have any room for that shit. Because at the end of the day, the honky tonk man is getting paid exactly the fucking same. Tomorrow in the new city, he'll make the same. The next night, he'll make the same. He can lose every night in every city. Nothing will be tarnished. Now, back when we were really running shows and we had Brian Cage, who was on the come up right now.
I'm
He was
confused.
looking at, huh?
I'm confused. How does
Now we're in the gray area of the
oh,
I can't job, it'll hurt me. So the gray area is when we were running shows and we had Brian Cage. And Brian Cage was obviously on the track for TV.
right?
He never once said to us, "I can't do the job, it'll hurt my stock." But we didn't ask him to because we recognized in him laying down tonight, unless there's some great gimmick behind it, might hurt his stock. But
Okay.
that's not who we're talking to today. We're not talking to the guys who are in that I'm about to get a TV deal stage. You guys do have a little bit more room to say, I can't lay down. I just can't do this one. Guys who are currently on TV can say, "No, I can't lay down on your indie show." But when you are new, don't look at those guys on TV who are at your shows who are saying, "I can't do a job tonight." Don't look at them and try and take anything from that because chances are they're not handling that right any motherfucking way.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. But going back to the names though, dude, fuck it. You mentioned someone off of TV, they hold a lot of stock. And yeah, fuck that. You're off of TV, dude. You're on the independent scene. Like you're getting paid, like Rob, you said, you're getting paid regardless of what, winning, losing, you're getting paid.
Yeah, it doesn't ding their stock one bit.
No,
Not
if they
one
drop. No. It's we've dealt with that a few times on a few names, but
bit. Yeah.
no,
And sometimes the boss just gives in, goes, "Fine, just fucking whatever." But that doesn't confront you. if you are booked with who's somebody obscure, Sandman, you're booked with Sandman tonight. And Sandman straight up says, I'm not laying down. You can be 10 fucking times the worker the Sandy is. But don't worry about it, because that's not why you're here tonight. You're here tonight to put him over. And let him go on back about his alcohol-induced fucking haze of a wrestling career. And then you go on to yours. Because guess what? At the end of the day, who cares if you laid down to Sandman? Who cares? You got to wrestle Sandman. That's what people remember. I reference this all the time, but Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat was a goddamn brilliant match. It was an epic match, a match that people remember, and half the people don't remember who won that match.
Which
Who
one?
gives a shit?
Shit.
Well, the good one, a
Well,
Chi
they did
Town.
a couple good ones. You know about the Wrestle War '89, whatever.
I don't know. I think I like Chi Town more.
Okay, there's those two classic matches when they went like a fucking.
But Wrestle War, they did the Chopathon, and that probably was better. So, okay, let's go back to Wrestle War. Who won that match? Most people don't remember because it doesn't matter because the match is so fucking good. A lot of people can reference Steamboat and Savage at Mania for the IC belt and can't necessarily reference who won that match because the match was that good. That should always be, as a new guy in the business, that should always be your focus, right? Your drive. What can I do to lose the match but still make it just the match itself what people are talking about, not who won and lost? But let's also be very honest. Nobody ever talks about who won and lost at an indie show. Nobody fucking cares.
No, they don't. I've jobbed out so many fucking times I can't remember, and there'd be times I'm in the after my match, I'm like, fuck, it was a good match, and I fucking laid down and everything went good, and I recollect, I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I should have done this. I could have made it look better, even better. I should have done this, or we could have done this. That's what mine was always thinking about. Like, fuck, I don't give a fuck if I job, dude. I give a fuck if the match looked great.
And I wish we had some of the old schoolers here right now, like some of the old UWA boys right now, because you versus Paul Isadora was a fucking 5-star epic match. And if I didn't book it, I don't think I would have remembered who won that match because it was so riveting through the whole thing. So that's where psychology comes into play, guys. That's where you got to think your way through a match, not just where the most intense part's supposed to happen. Uno, dos, tres, and then we take off. Now, fuck that. Make it a chess match, not a checkers match. Anybody can play checkers. The fans can play checkers.
Yeah.
Get in there and play some chess, man. Play some Baccarat.
Wow.
But make yourself of value to the overall product of the company, not just your place on the card in that match on that night.
Yeah.
And the new kids in school right now, especially who are really paying attention, who are going to reputable schools, their trainers are telling them all this shit. And guys, if you're in a school and nobody's talking to you like this, you're in the wrong fucking school, and you better take a powder and go find somewhere right to train. Because it does matter who trains you. It does matter who trains you.
Yeah.
And people who don't take a personal interest in your success. And I'm not talking about the ones who had you sign a contract where it says if you're on TV, we get 10% of that contract. Of course, they're going to take an interest in you, but you want somebody who's going to actually take an interest as you, as the person, not you as the commodity.
Exactly.
Because the commodity, you got to worry about yourself when it comes to that. You are your product. And if you go to the promoter and you start crying about doing a job, or let's say you don't cry to the promoter, Chris, here's something else we haven't explored yet. Let's say that Rob doesn't cry to the promoter about jobbing to Chris tonight. Okay, boss. But I go to Chris and let him know, I think this is fucked up that I've jobbed to you twice this month, and now I'm jobbing you again, and I'm going to do it, dude, but that's fucked up. Did I keep any kind of good chemistry at the last 2 times me and Chris just wrestled? Is it possible that when I say, hey, Chris, what do you want to do tonight? I'm looking forward to it, man. We've had a couple of great matches. Is it possible that Chris might go, I'm going over a third time? Well, how are we going to keep making any money on this? Is it possible that Chris might go, okay, I need to go over tonight, but how are we going to make it look like you damn near beat me? Is it possible that Chris might say that? Or is it possible that if I say, hey, Chris, I think this is fucked up, I'm not happy about it, that I just ruined how much he might want to do the match, his intensity and excitement for tonight? And maybe he's going to go to the boss and go, yo, is there somebody else I can work with tonight? Because I think me and Rob are going to end up in a shoot. I think this is going to go bad.
Yeah, that's all kinds of negative vibes when you approach it that way. All across, even through the locker room, everybody feels it because it gets around and people feel the tension and
Immediately
gossiping and talking, and then the whole locker room's fucked up, and then you can cause the shows to be fucked up. I mean, it's a trickle effect.
Oh, the locker room is genuinely expecting a shoot to break out now because Chris is fucking hot. Or people are like, oh, look at that dude. Fucking look at Chris helping out Rob, the new guy, when he doesn't fucking know Rob. Dude, Rob's just been his meat for like 2 shows. And now he's getting ready to start figuring out how to get Rob over. Because just because you're laying down, just because Chris is going over, doesn't mean that Rob can't still get over.
Yeah. You want if the fans or marks, we're gonna call them fans, be respectful.
You don't call them marks.
I know. No, I retracted on that. It's
no, I'm telling the new guys. That's what I meant. Don't call the fans marks to the new guys.
Yeah, that's a no-no. If you get the fans into the person that's jobbing just as much as the person that's going over, fuck you. They've done their job. They both have done their job.
But Chris also, as the vet, knows already that if he's wrestling the new guy, he knows he's going over. He knows I got to get over. But if I'm willing to do it and I don't give Chris or I don't give Boss no grief, well, then guess who's going to get booked next week?
Yeah.
And then once I don't give Chris any grief, let's say next week I'm working with Sumate, Chris is going to hear that. Oh, hey, you're working with Rob. Yeah, he did real good for me last week, man.
Yeah. And it helps. So, yeah. Be respectful.
So, like, just losing a match, and I know your mom's coming to see you tonight. Your girlfriend's going to be out there. Your Grammy's coming. Your Grammy is the only one who you're bringing who might think it's fucking real.
Yeah.
Everybody else knows it's a fucking show, dude. It's showbiz. You don't hear about the bad guys in a movie complaining that they had to die in the end. That's the outcome of the script. That's how the movie ends. Their wife knows they're not really dead. This is not the 70s anymore, where wives went to shows believing their husbands were really being beaten half to death. So we could take everything that we know now as opposed to what we know then and know that your people are not coming out shocked that you lost this match. Who cares? Because what are we? What are we? Okay, Chris is the promoter. I'm the wrestler, right? So what's my job? I'm the dancing bear, baby. That's right. The ringleader, Chris of this fucking circus, has announced the dancing bear. The bear comes out and dances. Cha. And the dancing bear goes back. Now Chris is going to bring on the car with 30 clowns in it, and we're going to have a battle royal. And that's going to roll out and happen now. And Chris realizes the dancing bear just led the clown car right where it needs to be. And now Chris wants the dancing bear next week. Be the dancing bear. Be good for business. Because if I'm good for Chris's business, I'm good for the man, the myth, the idiot, Rob Wild Inc. legacy.
Yeah, I could have said it better myself, but I did have a thought that when you were talking and going through the rant and everything, which is awesome. You said,
"Don't make me bring up Dave Meltzer, goddammit."
You said ring. I mean the ring, the ringleader and shit. I can see you out there fucking with a whip and that hat that you're wearing, like taming fucking lions.
No, the ringmaster had the cane. He had the cane thing, waving it around, getting everybody's excitement.
I could see you doing that.
But you're the goddamn fuck you, Chris. Trying to turn this into a rib on me. Why don't you eat all 2 inches of my pee-pee?
Oh wow, that's a lot.
I'm packing.
Okay.
You have any parting advice here before we get this thing done for the new guys?
Oh man, I think I've said enough. It comes
I don't
comes
think you
down to
have.
it's not fucking real, guys. Jeez, just put that to bed right now. It's not real. No one gives a fuck. All people care about is entertainment, and that's what we're doing. That's what wrestling is: entertainment, sports entertainment.
And by respecting the promoter,
Yeah.
respecting your position on the card,
Yep.
and what the promoter asks you to do, you are paying a great level of respect to the business in general. And guess what? The business in general is going to start paying respect back to you for doing so. So
Yeah.
just listen to the old guys, man. Even when the old guys give you bad advice, listen. Listen, because we have all been exactly where you're at. We have all been exactly what you're going to be doing for the next 5 fucking years. We've been there. Even if the advice is bad, just listen. Let the
Yeah.
old guys talk to you because we don't want to hurt you. I mean, let's be honest, there are some old guys out there that do want to hurt the young guys,
Of course. Yeah.
but you're already going to know who that is. It's not going to be a shock.
Yeah.
Because
It'll be welcome.
the middle of the road guys, they're gonna let you know, don't fucking listen to that clown, dude. He's bad news.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you're a new guy, don't click up. Be friends with dudes you trained with. Be friends with guys who are ahead of you. If you got the old schools who want to be your friends, be friends with them. Be friends with everybody. But don't click up. Don't fucking do it. You click up, you are as easy as gone. I'm telling you. You click up, you are not Shawn Michaels. If you click up on the indies, you're going to click yourself right out the fucking business.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, happens all the time. How many clicks did we click right out the fucking door?
Plenty.
You all want to take up sides for this guy? This is the hill you all want to die on? You're dead. Because guess
Yeah.
what? There are 5 brand new guys who want your spot. 5, 10, 20, 50. I can have you replaced before we're done with this phone call.
Yeah. Easily.
In fact, I had you replaced in my head before I even made this phone call. You're done. You're done. Don't click
Yeah.
up, please. Don't click up. Don't cry about jobbing. Be good for business.
Yep.
Do it because you love to do it. And if the promoter wants to give you $20, you are welcome.
Fuck
Now get
yeah.
the fuck up out of here. Because really, Chris, I mean, at the end of the day, should we pull back the 5th wall and should I drop a real dollar amount that we've spent on shows?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And I'm not going to say about names, who we had. I'm not going to go way up to the top or way down to the bottom. I'm going to say, on average, if we wanted to put on a show, it was going to cost about 10 grand. When you take advertising and everything and you roll it all together, we were going to throw down usually an average of 10 grand per show. On $10,000, there's not fucking room for error because guess what? None of you spent that $10,000. None of you invested not 1 cent into that.
Yeah.
And these guys who have agreed to spend $10,000, being us, have agreed out of that allotment of money, we're going to give you X amount of dollars. All right, we could have given you 0 amount of dollars. You could have not been on this show, but you are. So show up.
Yeah.
Make it easier for the promoters. Just do what we ask. Don't be a headache. And guess who gets that push? Guess who gets that belt? Guess who gets that TV time? Guess who gets to go on podcasts and represent that company? Be good
Yep.
for business.
Fucking
Chris,
A.
I believe the young guys are our future, so we should teach them well and hope they lead the way.
Hope for the best.
On that note, later. See you next week. Oh, by the way, don't leave. Stick around. Misbehaving. Red Rum coming up next right here on the Antisocial Network. Check us out on YouTube.
Bro.
ASN
Bro.
for life. How'd that go, Chris?
Rat rum.
One more time.
Rat rum.